Okay, this is Mary Ellen again, and we're continuing this series on goal setting. Now, we already covered S and E. S was for seeing your goal before it actually happens, and E is enjoying the process of attaining your goal. The next letter in setting is T, and that is going to stand for training. Training, training, training. And to me, training for any goal is a continual, ongoing process. Because, see, as you attain one goal, then you're going to reach for and strive for another, so you're going to do more training. So life is really just about constantly being a student. I always look at life as a continual learning process and always being a student. And at time as you master one thing, you're a teacher, and then you continue to be a student. Now, what you want to do is you want to look at the goal that you've set for yourself and ask yourself, do I have the adequate training? Like, let's say, for example, your goal was to run a marathon and you've just been a couch potato. I mean, you're going to have quite an extensive training regimen to get yourself up to running a marathon. Now, if you have been running on a consistent basis and you're a runner and you make a goal of, doing the New York City Marathon or the Boston Marathon or whatever, running a marathon, you would need less training. But if you haven't ran at all, you have no training, obviously, so training is going to be something different, but I do firmly believe that training is continuous and ongoing, no matter what your profession, what your goal, what you've chosen, to do in life. It's just a continual process. So a lot of you are on here because you're in the home-based business industry, and you may have just, one day decided, hey, I'd love to run a home-based business, but never done it before. You obviously are going to need some training. One of the things that you need to do is learn how to market your product and have a strategy, how to get adequate and qualified leads and people, business people and business builders around you. Now, I do have a website that is devoted to training. I have my mentoring website, which talks about training in a home-based business, and I have a very specific training program that teaches you how to attract and get quality leads and build your team, and that's www.richrewardsnow.com. But I want to just continue this thread here, on training with the goal setting, because it really is important. You need to be the leader, but you also need to be the student. So you need adequate training so that you can teach and give on to others. It's really cute. This is reminding me of a story that just happened last week. My daughter, I referred to her as a scholar. She's in kindergarten. She's 5, and she absolutely adores school. And of course, in the back of my mind, I know that she doesn't realize it, but I know now that she's in kindergarten because, at some point she's going to be going to college. When I was growing up, it wasn't, where are you going to college? It was, which college are you going to go to? And she just fell in love with the word scholar, and she sees me reading and doing things. And, I tell her, yes, Mommy and Daddy are always learning, but we're not in school. What is a scholar? And I told her what a scholar was, and that she's a little scholar. She's in school. And she was all excited. And see, this all goes back to some of the other things that we've talked about before about mindset and how we're born with the proper mindset. So if you're actually seeing your goal and really seeing yourself already in that, and envisioning it, and then you can actually enjoy the process, which my daughter does. She loves kindergarten, and she's really enjoying the process, and she comes home, excited, and, now she realizes she's a scholar, so she likes that, and she wants to be. This is a goal of hers, and, that all, and then the training, is there with the schooling, and you see how this all flows, and we really kind of come into this world with the proper mindset. And that's why I said training is an ongoing process, because, you come out and, we start out, learning how to walk and talk and things like that, and move on and move on and move on, so as we accomplish one goal. So after training, we're going to talk about setting a time frame, because each different goal has a time frame. We will talk about how to keep inspired, then navigating, of course, to your goal, and the last thing is mission accomplished, the goal. So if you're in a home-based business, this time I'm going to suggest a website that I have specifically geared towards training in a home-based business, which is www.richrewardsnow.com. Once again, this is Mary Ellen, and you can go to my mentorwithmaryellen.com site that I created. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video and continuing to talk to you about goals and goal setting.